the Royal Flush Gang. She kind of looks like one of those, you know. And Ellen
Yeah.
Page isn't going to be wearing that.
The
You
Royal
know?
Flush Gang had like a super powerful little girl in it too.
Oh, look, that super powerful little girl in this one, they did that wrong altogether.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
The drug dealer, the drug addict character. I thought he was gonna do something cool. He started getting on my nerves really quick, and yeah, I just didn't enjoy it, and I never read the
well,
books either.
yeah, in the books he does something really cool. In the series, he does something cool, but not as cool as the comic.
Like, and
I,
so the dad is dead, right?
Yeah.
See, because
Well, uh, let's see. Okay,
in episode
so
1, is he dead or not?
yes,
Okay, because it was bugging me that he was trying to talk, because that's his power, is he talks to the dead, and he was trying to talk to his dad, but he couldn't, and it made you believe that it's because he was high or drunk or whatever. But then later on, he's talking to another dead guy, and he's still fucking high.
yeah, um,
that's different.
yeah, that's different. Also, that's another thing. Okay, so in the like second page or first page, fourth panel of the comic, you realize that dad's an alien, that an alien entity that possessed the Hargreaves dude. And in the series, they don't talk about that at all.
Is that the thing you said you don't find out till like way later?
Yeah, the last episode. But that you don't really like. You see a bunch of them like on in Smallville basically, and a bunch of rockets going. So you don't know what's going on, like
Okay.
you know. So it could
Pogo
be
was
them
cool.
leaving the planet, but he just looks like himself. So he's not like it's not clear whether he's an alien entity uh possessing a guy and then he just leaves the body and the guy dies. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yep.
Because it's technically the dude's been dead the whole time the entity has been inside him.
Yeah, and Pogo was cool. I like that.
Yeah,
I
well,
like the
that's where they
talking
spent
monkey.
the money on the effects.
Yeah, because
I think I liked all the effects though. The
Well,
effects,
I didn't
bad.
like the monkey suit effect.
Oh right, I do
Like
remember.
when they hug him, like he like I'm sure he probably squeaked like a squeaky toy.
That's funny.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I mean, I can hear that. Like, and I won't say that. There's no point that it really like took me out the show, but I do like get where it's like, okay, like that's not. If he was like he looks, I guess, the closest to what he's supposed to look like,
right,
but that's not saying much because nobody really looks like what they're supposed to look like.
except for the kid.
Which kid?
The,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
5.
he's
Yeah,
the
no,
best part about it.
oh, yeah, I agree. He was pretty amazing, and it's weird because like that kid has like one of those like rubber face kind of things going on where sometimes he just like turns into like a comic book character,
Yeah,
and so that was really cool. And of course the kid is a great actor too. Like, is he actually a kid or is he just like a person that looks young but is like 20s?
oh, in real life,
Yeah.
I think he's an actual kid.
That's amazing, man. That guy has a future ahead of him. If he's like actually like a teenager, if that fool's like 14, 15, that kid, like I want to see him do something else. Cause he was acting his ass off. And you're right, like he kind of carried the show in a lot of ways. Like the other people were good because I don't feel like anybody was bad. It was just that he was just so much better. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the lines that he has too.
he's 15.
Wow, that's amazing, man. But he's short. I hope he grows.
We know how it goes with these kids too. Like they grow, but they end up looking weird. Like they still have their little kid face, and then their adult face tries to grow around it.
I don't know what that means, but it
You
sounds.
know what it means. Just look at Haley Joel Osment. Like
Oh, I do know what you mean.
he
Yeah,
still has at the center. It's still the kid face, and then all around it is the adult face trying to break through.
that's hilarious. Poor Haley Joel.
Yeah, look,
And he's all
they should
fat
remake the
too.
Sixth Sense with him now. It's a lot creepier.
He's all fat too, so it looks like the little kid face is being squished.
Damn, Oz went for the jugular on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oz is
look,
an
if you could
asshole.
find it.
It wasn't. It wasn't that he says that he had gained some weight. It was the like disdain when he said the word fat. Like the way you said it was like you really are disgusted by him.
I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 3 and it's pissing me off.
Are you playing
Wait.
it on Xbox or on PlayStation?
Xbox.
Ah, what a douche.
What? What's wrong with what's the difference?
It like, well, whatever.
I mean,
Doesn't
it's still boring as fuck. I think I'd
Um,
rather watch another episode of Umbrella Academy than get back in that game.
So, yeah, the power sets they did for the white violin were lame. Like it's just telekinesis basically.
What was it before?
Before she emits sound waves from her violin.
But she was doing that too, right?
Well, as well, but they're like she clearly could do them without it. So in the last episode, they're like, the violin is her conduit. Take it from her, you know? And then like, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like they established that it wasn't the violin, and then all of a sudden it is.
No. They're saying that they literally say it's her lightning rod, so it focuses the power.
Yeah, but
which is what it does.
yeah.
She's
And even
stronger.
the way they did it, like in the comic, she does like one note will split a man in half, and the whole symphony will destroy the world.
Mm-hmm.
And here, she's just doing all sorts of crazy shit, like picking people up and throwing them, and it just seemed like a simplistic way to do her power without having to get creative based on what the source material was. You know what I mean?
That I can agree with, where they could have definitely been more creative. Obviously, it's going to cost more money, but nobody told you to make an Umbrella Academy TV show, right? So, you don't mess around and be like, oh well, of course they don't have the budget for that. It's like, well, if you don't have the budget for it, then maybe we think about whether we make it or not, or figure out a creative way. Because that's the thing too, where we've all watched television shows that have found creative ways to kind of get around doing the high visual effects or the costly visual effect type stuff. And I mean, definitely some people do it better than others, but it would be nice if they would have tried at least. I will say though, I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed the show a lot, but at the same time, I do know that, or at least from what I can remember, because I haven't read the book in such a long time, and I've been trying to get back to read it again because I'm like, I want to make a compare and contrast, but I haven't been able to do it yet. And it's just like, I enjoyed watching it. If I read the book again now, I might enjoy it less, but I don't think I would stop enjoying it. I don't think that, especially, at this point, maybe I've given up the ghost a little bit, where it's like, come to the terms with the fact that comic book versions and multimedia versions of things aren't going to be the same. It's just like, once Marvel deviated, that was my last hope.
I think Amber summed it up best because she read the book and watched the show with me, and she said the book had a weak story, but amazing art, and the show has stripped down the story and made it weaker, and there's no art.
Yeah. That kind of goes to what I said last week, where everything that made it interesting was just dulled down,
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it just looks like a uh, a crappy TV show that somehow is kind of entertaining. Um, there's a lot of things too, like well, like the ape guy and the time traveling kid, like they're actually twin brothers in the comic.
Oh, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, so that's another thing they didn't touch on here.
But do they? They're fraternal, not
Yeah,
identical.
not identical.
I mean, but when you say they're twin brothers, like they literally came from the same person.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't remember that at all. And yeah, I guess they made that not the case here, huh?
yeah, no, they did. Yeah, they made it not the case.
Did they ever fight any supervillains?
Well, well, you didn't watch the rest of the season, but yeah. So the white violin, it's a girl with no powers, and then she gets made to have powers.
Well, I mean, besides her, though.
Hold on, she's made to have powers by their villain, the conductor. So, and in the show, they don't touch on that at all. They fight the Eiffel Tower in the comics. They have a full-on like kaiju fight with the Eiffel Tower, and then they don't show that here either. The little girl wants to hear about it, but she doesn't get to hear about it.
Just because that that was another thing where they start off saying there was like 40 something of them, and he only got 7.
Right.
So I thought, okay, so the show's gonna be them taking on all these other guys, and then when you find out that they've been dying throughout the years up to the present day, I thought, okay, well they've been dying fighting these villains, and we're gonna see some awesome stuff, and no,
and that's the thing. It's in the comic, like they show them having a lot of fights and stuff, but they do it in like a flashback thing, because it's kind of like the Watchmen in a sense, where you see them after their glory days, and you're dealing with them as people.
And they do a little bit of that in the show too, though.
A little bit, but they don't show them like fighting actual villains. Like they stop a bank robbery, and then they don't show the kid's power, Ben. Like they don't even show it. Like I want to see it. I want to see Cthulhu coming out of his skin. Like
that's what I thought happened. But he just goes in the room and you see some shadows, and that that pissed me off too. You see something, you think something interesting is about to happen, and then it doesn't. And that scene was a perfect example of that. That would have been an amazing thing to watch, and you get nothing.
I mean, but I'm pretty sure that's budget.
Why is that my fault?
It's not that it's your fault. It's they allude to it. Like they do it like. Because they can't afford to do it the way you may want to.
Right. Well, you saying budget, it may be a reason why that's that way. It's not a good excuse. It doesn't make it, oh, I'm not going to forgive it because they had a crappy budget. They had a crappy budget they couldn't work with, and that's on them.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where they're like, well, let's see. We'll give you this amount of money to make it, and we'll see how it does. And then if it's successful, then they'll increase the budget, and then you get to see what you want to see.
I think Space Boy Monkey Man's still going to be deflatable.
In chat, I put the picture of what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And in the comic, they look a lot better. Like even like the Kraken, how he looks in the show, or Diego, for those of you who watch the show. Like his costume just doesn't look as cool as it does in the comics. And it's not even, I don't see it being a budget thing. It's like, it's just a design.
Oh, that's definitely one of those things where they're like, that's not going to fly in real life, but it could.
Does Space Monkey actually look like that at any point? Or is he still wearing that same giant trench coat thing?
He doesn't wear any giant trench coat in the comics.
Right, like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying in the show. Do you ever see what I'm seeing in the image you posted, or is he always wearing something huge?
You see it, but you don't. It doesn't look like that. Like he doesn't have those things keeping him alive, like the belt.
He takes off his clothes so that you can see like that he has a monkey.
And like even alluding to things that we saw in the comics, like you talked about that earlier, Larry, like how that's how they do it instead of showing it
Yeah,
to you.
yeah,
Like they literally alluded to how he got his monkey body without saying how he got his monkey body.
right.
Like in the comics, he was on a mission from in Mars, fighting Martian gorillas, and he basically got terminally injured, and they grafted his head to a Martian gorilla. So it's like because of that, he doesn't really need like a spacesuit. He just needs the helmet for his head to handle the pressure, not his body. But then when they see him in the moon, he's in a full-on suit, like because they don't want to show the monkey body.
See, that's an awesome story. Why couldn't they show that story?
Why couldn't they just say it? You know, like that's the thing. It's like they don't all the cool shit they just alluded to and told you about, but not show it to you. And then that one they could literally just tell it to you, just like I told it to you, and still have an awesome like feeling about what you just saw or heard. And they didn't. Maybe you're gonna say that's budget, Larry?
It's budget.
Did I really need
No.
a 4-minute dance sequence?
No.
No, no, you don't. You don't need that. You're right.
Yeah. See, it's stuff like that. I don't know. I might watch the rest of the episodes, but I'm not looking forward to it.
I mean, if you watch Supergirl, you could watch this.
Oh, by far.
Like, I'm watching
It's much
Gotham.
better. Now, see, listen.
You know what?
Listen.
Gotham's more entertaining right now.
No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
They have the same fan base, Gotham and Umbrella Academy.
How?
I don't know. Like it's just people like because I deal with I look at a lot of content that people make revolving these pop culture things, and the same people loving like there's literally profiles dedicated to show Umbrella Academy love and Gotham love together, like posting pictures and photo edits and memes about both of them. Like they're dual accounts instead of just being an Umbrella Academy account or a Gotham account. It's a Gotham and Umbrella Academy account.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
It just resonates with the same people.
my show involving a group of misfits of choice is gonna be Doom Patrol. That fucking show is amazing.
I watched episode 2. I liked it. Like, it's interesting because I know Mo earlier in the week we were talking about it, and you said that, or we were texting about it, and you're like the first 2 minutes of Cyborg on Doom Patrol was better than all of Cyborg and Justice League, and I agree with you.
You have to because he has Wi-Fi in it. Like that, he doesn't have Wi-Fi in
You're right.
In Justice League.
Right. The only thing I don't like is I don't like his look.
Yeah,
I like the way the character. I like
That's
the
budget,
actor.
Larry. That's budget.
No, it's not budget. It's a design choice. Because all they have to do is give him like a different outfit. It doesn't have to like. There's nothing wrong with him wearing like a tracksuit, but I don't know. I just don't feel like, especially like the way that this particular version of Cyborg acts, it doesn't. It just feels like he shouldn't be wearing that. Like I feel like he has that on because somebody on the production team feels like that's what people in Detroit wear. And that could be the case. I don't know because I don't live in Detroit, and I definitely don't hang out with, young people in Detroit because I don't live there. And even if I did, I probably wouldn't. I don't know what they wear, but if that's what they're wearing, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me for the character. I feel like he would be wearing something like, I don't know, like it seems as though he wants to be taken seriously. And that outfit doesn't feel like the outfit you wear when you want to be taken seriously. You know what I mean? And then I want him to shave that mustache. Like it does nothing. Like that mustache needs to go. No, really, it's like it bothers me. It bothers me. I'm like, I don't like. I'm like, if this kid doesn't shave that mustache, it's like it's a nothing mustache, and it's like I even like I think if I knew him in real life, I would tell him to shave that mustache too. But it bothers me especially for Cyborg because there's no version of Cyborg that has that mustache, and I'm just like this little know nothing mustache. Like, get it out of here. Shave that mustache. Weak ass mustache.
I don't think that's a mustache.
It's a mustache.
I think that's just his upper lip.
What you gonna say?
Dark.
It's dirt. It's
no,
not dirt.
Dark.
Well,
I'm looking at
like his skin tone.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of the guy. Where
It's a mustache, right? Please let it be a mustache. Oh my god, it was not a mustache.
Post a picture.
Yeah, if it's not a mustache, I'm not apologizing, but I feel bad for him.
I guess maybe it. I was looking at some pictures of him, and it looked like it's just a little darker tone around his lip, and maybe the mustache is covering that up. But no, I think there might just be like two hairs there.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a ridiculous mustache. It's like a friggin' like nothing. Oh, look at that. See, now don't. That's not him from the show. You need to go to the show.
Right. No, but I'm saying the nothing mustache was to cover. This is one of the images that I saw. And I guess before I blew it up, I thought, well, I mean, he's just a little dark there.
Growing that mustache.
But yeah, that's actually hair.
Burr in chat says that's a mustache, a fucking weak ass mustache, but a mustache. Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's a terrible ass thing. Like that guy, like, and the messed up part is he's doing his job. Like he's acting well, and it's an interesting like take on the character. It's not quite like any version of Cyborg we've seen before, but it still kind of rings true. And so I'm like, I want to enjoy it, but I don't like between what he's wearing and that mustache. I'm like, come on, man! Like every time I look at you, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like that 5 o'clock shadow that some dudes have to look rugged, but it's just in the mustache area. Everything else is shaved clean.
Look, it's terrible. Like he has to shave it. I don't know who told him that works for him, but they're wrong. All of them. Well, I don't care how many people it is.
He's working for DC, so you figure they probably just, do that in post.
Damn, Oz, that was really good. I'm sorry. Oh man. It's not that your jokes aren't usually funny, because they are. However, that was classic. I love it.
Wow, I literally typed in Cyborg mustache, and it's all Henry Cavill's mustache.
That's hilarious.
Man,
they need to put Henry Cavill's mustache on that Cyborg.
Or just his mouth.
That makes it better.
His CGI mouth?
No, I don't want the CGI mouth.
On Cyborg and keep it white?
It's a crazy white man mouth, weird white man mouth on. Oh no, I don't want to see that at all.
Like that picture of Mo that I put a post around.
I don't want to see it. I don't know. I don't understand it because I'm like that kid. He's coming up. He's acting. He gets to be a superhero. He doesn't look in the mirror and think I should not have this mustache. Like I don't. You know what I mean? Like.
Right. But when you're like a certain age, like you just think it looks cool. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, hey, we live in an era where kids think a lot of things look cool. So, or maybe I'm just an old man. Either way, I'll take whatever it is. All I know is I don't like it. That's what I know. Like it's not cool to me, and I'm like, man, like you are losing. Like no version of the character has a mustache. And here's the messed up part. If a version of the character had a mustache, it wouldn't be that one. That's the big part of it, where I'm just like, come on, man. Cyborg would not have a weak ass. Like, at least put some like oils and juices and berries on it so it grows in full.
Oh, he's got.
You know what I mean?
He's got a goatee too. I didn't even realize that.
What do you mean he has a goatee too?
Like he's got some hair on the bottom of his chin too.
Wait. In the DC in the Doom Patrol?
I'm looking at a poster.
Of Doom Patrol?
Yeah, I just posted that.
No way.
Look, you have to click on it to blow it up, but you can.
Oh yeah, he does.
And that's a weak ass beard too. Oh, he's losing with the facial hair. This guy, look, all he has to do, like, you know what? He can keep the tracksuit. Just shave.
Yeah, the tracksuit's not so
That's
bad
it.
now, huh?
If he can keep the tracksuit suit, just shave the facial hair, please, God in heaven. Oh my God,
He
weak
needs some.
ass
He needs
beard.
some devil's tears for that mustache.
I love that. I love that I could tell when Lauren saw the picture because you just hear, oh.
It's terrible. It's so terrible. And listen, I don't know this man's story. Maybe this is the first facial hair he's ever grown, and he's like, I got to keep it. Maybe it's in his contract. I don't know, but he's not helping his character. If someone should let him know if he shaves it, it'll grow in thicker.
Yeah, I can't find a picture of him without it. So yeah, he came in and he never shaved it.
Now, dude, I'm telling you, it bothered me all through episode 2.
So he needs to shave it so he could get more of it.
Dude, because it's weak. It's like Cyborg has low testosterone.
Well, yeah, because his body's all jacked up.
Oh, so you're saying he only has like one cybernetic nut or something?
Well, he needs a cybernetic prostate.
He might not have any nuts.
He very well may not. Isn't that a joke they make in that show?
Yeah, but to Robot Man, not Cyborg Man.
Cyborg Man. Well, Cyborg Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this show's still good though. Fucking Two Dick's narration is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why he has two dicks.
I love what they did with
That's so lame. I love it.
I love what they did with the donkey.
That was really fun.
That's the title of this episode.
Burrs in chat says Cyborg would have a cybernetic mustache. And is it a cybernetic mustache that's Photoshop? And he says his mustache is not that full. That tracksuit is fucking awful. He looks like a loser. Otaku in an anime. Yeah, I mean, I think that is what it is, where, like, the character isn't a loser, even though the character definitely isn't getting the respect he deserves. And I don't know, maybe they're trying to make him look awkward. Maybe, like, there'll be a reveal in the upcoming episodes where he, like, starts to dress better and shaves, and we're like, oh, wow, Cyborg is, like, coming to his own. And if that's what they're trying to do, God bless them, because they're succeeding. Because I'm like, oh, I hate it. Like, I'm just like, I can't look at him, but I like what I hear him saying, and how he acts works for me. But the look is terrible. I'm just like, oh, please stop wearing that outfit. And then he changes from that tracksuit no, it's not. He changes. He has a scene in the past where he's wearing like Dickies and then like a different kind of track jacket. And I'm just like, oh my God, man. Like, listen, your fashion sense is bad when it looks bad to me. Because I'm not a fashion guru, a fashionista. I'm not none of that. I barely notice clothes. So when I look at your clothes, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? That's how you know. It's like, yeah, like you're doing something really wrong. So Cyborg is doing his fashion sense is all messed up in this show. But the show is good. I can't deny that. It makes me want to read Doom Patrol comics, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy them.
Read the Grant Morrison stuff.
That you're right. I'll probably enjoy those.
Like, even if you don't, but you're already going in with the hit or miss like mentality, you know what I mean?
Right. That's true. That's true. There'll at least be some interesting ideas, if nothing else.
We didn't pre-produce to talk about Doom Patrol.
No, but I figured we would because it's a fucking good show. And Lawrence, had you seen the first one last week? I don't remember.
First Doom Patrol?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched both of them.
Oh, well then, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like the first episode, like I was like, man, like I like this. I'm really interested. How do you all feel about the the weekly episode model versus the binge model?
I hate it.
Yeah, I prefer the binge, but I understand why they're doing it. You know?
Right.
Yeah, they're trying to make that subscription.
Yeah, because Hulu does it too for certain things, but I thought Hulu did it just because they're trying to model network TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead
Right.
of like on demand.
Right. Heck asked, why is Cyborg on Doom Patrol? Is Beast Boy in? Beast Boy is not in. I'm thinking they decided to go with Cyborg instead of Beast Boy because one, Beast Boy was already on the Titans show, and two, I think that they feel like Cyborg probably has a little bit more name recognition, and they might want that for the show.
Well, Beast Boy
Also,
was in Doom Patrol for a minute, for an episode
Yeah,
in Titans, and it was him leaving. And he wasn't doing Beast Boy things yet either. Like, he could
he was
change, but he didn't.
in the comics too. He was in it.
yeah. Like Beast Boy is a member of Doom Patrol in the comic.
One thing that I think helps when you're trying to get creative to do things that production wants you to do, the way they introduce Cyborg to knowing the professor and all that, it kind of resonates too because it's kind of how all these guys met the professor. Like he had his accident and he kind of helped them
Mm-hmm.
help the dad make the robot body a little bit, and then he tried to recruit him early on and it
Mm-hmm.
didn't work out.
Yeah, that feels very organic and natural.
Except for the fact that that's the same professor that helped with that cyborg suit also did Robot Man.
Ah. Well, but didn't they say wasn't there a reason why Cyborg has
Yeah, because
like more
his dad was
technology?
at Star Labs, where the Robot Man was like put together with spare parts.
Yeah.
And like he didn't know how to weld, so he was watching YouTube to like
Yeah.
learn
How
how to weld.
tos.
Yeah.
How tos. Yeah, man. No, Robot Man. I'm telling you, man. Brendan Fraser's doing his thing with that character.
Dude, it doesn't like he looks terrible. And it doesn't matter because he's performing through that terribleness.
He is.
Look,
Like
He is.
Brendan
He's
Fraser.
owning.
Brendan Fraser out of that robot suit didn't look so hot either.
yeah.
Let's be honest about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I
It's
need
good
to,
stuff. Like they have a good cast.
I need to buy more of this scotch. It's making me funny.
What are you sipping on?
The Sexton single malt Irish whiskey.
right.
Sexton. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the place.
I don't know. It's a whiskey in a funny looking bottle. I thought, hey, this is cool. I'll post
That's
a
why
picture.
it makes
in
you
chat.
so funny.
Yeah. I thought it was just
Yeah.
gonna make me have a ton of sex. Guess I read that wrong.
Heck says so. Cyborg is the Doom Patrol token black. Yes, yes, he is.
It
I
doesn't
think
feel
one
that
of I think
way,
one of
but-
Crazy Jane's personalities is a black man.
But it doesn't feel that way with Cyborg in it though.
No, I agree. Like he doesn't come across as the token, but I mean, he's definitely. I'm sure somebody had a conversation about diversity, and that's why they went with Cyborg versus a white hero.
I think a lot of people are trying to make Cyborg a thing.
Yeah,
Well, Jeff Johns in particular.
dude, working so hard.
And it's kind of
so-
it's kind of bugging me a little bit. Like I would have accepted it if he was in Titans.
Yeah, he belongs in Titans.
But in Doom Patrol, it bugged me a little bit. I mean, I like the guy coming in and he's the experienced superhero, kind of taking charge. That was cool. I can't deny that. But I'd rather have seen him in Titans.
Listen, I really wish Jeff Johns felt this way about Black Lightning. I feel like that would have been a more natural fit in a lot of ways. Like I feel like Black Lightning makes a little bit more sense in the Justice League than Cyborg did.
But Black
Or
Lightning
Mr.
already
Terrific.
Black Lightning
Mr.
already has a
Terrific would be
TV show.
Yeah. Say what?
Black Lightning already has a TV show.
Well,
So?
but dude, I mean, Cyborg technically has more TV shows than Black Lightning did.
But not currently running.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you want to look at it, right? Because, like, technically he's in a movie.
That's all canceled.
Huh?
That's all canceled. That's done. that ain't gonna happen.
All right, well, okay. Hey, I'm just saying, Black Lightning has a TV show, but Cyborg was in a movie. He's in this TV show. He was in a cartoon. He was in a cartoon before that. It's kind of like Cyborg gets his fair. Like, he's gotten his shot.
I wish Jeff Johns felt that way about Steel.
I don't know, man.
Too Iron Man-y.
I've
It's gonna be compared to Iron Man way too much to do Steel now.
And also too, like, Steel's never been like great outside the Superman mythos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that he's definitely become into his own to a degree, but it's like when you start separating Steel from Superman, like, I don't know. I don't feel like he stands on his own well. And that might be a personal bias, but yeah, I don't. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I think it's more the Iron Man thing. Oh, well, Iron Man. Well, now you got Steel Man. Well, he's not Steel Man, but no, shut up, it's Steel Man. Oh, look, now a young black girl takes on the outfit like Ironheart. Okay.
But she came before Ironheart.
Yeah,
but people don't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
In fact, if they did a Steel thing now, I guarantee people are going to say, "Oh, you're just ripping off Iron Man." Because, like Mo said, people don't know. Like, how many people know that Shaq was Steel?
I feel like a fair amount of people still know that, right?
But they still, like, they probably wouldn't even know that there's that correlation with it.
With Shaquille O'Neal, or with Iron Man, or with Superman?
No, like the whole thing it's not the same Steel. It's like that Catwoman almost.
What do you mean?
It's like
the Steel,
a movie version of it, and it doesn't really it's not really like the comic. But they share the same name, you know?
He's pointing out how, like, the Shaquille O'Neal Steel didn't have a Superman. Was like some chick that a cat licked her brain and that gave her powers, I guess.
Oh, listen, I don't know what you're talking about.
The Catwoman movie, the Halle Berry thing.
Oh no!
Like, she falls in a garbage pile and a cat like licks her brain, right?
No. Hey.
And then looks at her and
listen.
Bad
what
breath,
I won't let you do
spirit.
on Fantastic Forum is start quoting Halle Berry's Catwoman like it's canon. Don't say that.
That's the whole point. Mo's pointing out that it's not canon. It's
you
totally
can't look
different.
at that and see like, oh, that's the chick that's getting married recently to Batman. You know?
Right, I pointed out it's not canon.
Oh, okay. That's
can't people can't even consider it like, when we had all this talk about female superhero movies, nobody brought up Catwoman. You know?
I don't. Well, but Catwoman's not a superhero.
No, but
she was in that movie. She had superpowers.
All right.
What?
Look, this is a debate that's been brewing for 10 years. All right.
What?
The whole me thinking people I don't think Batman's a superhero.
Come on, man. What, like, are we really making that comparison? Like,
No,
Batman.
but that. Hey, look again. I'm saying we're not gonna have this fight again. Like this ain't free
No,
free for all Friday. Like
I'm not talking about powers. I'm talking about she does villain stuff. She's like at best, she's maybe an anti-hero, but not even so much. She's more in the vein of like a Harley Quinn, right? I'm not talking about powers. I'm just saying she's not a superhero because she does bad stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
All right,
like she's not even like the Punisher, where the Punisher is like, oh yeah, his methods aren't right, but his, the Punisher's motives are always in the right place. Like his, his heart, quote unquote, is in the right place. It's just how he chooses to execute. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? but Catwoman is selfish in what she's trying to do, like 75% of the time. Now lately, they've definitely made her, more of a heroine, but it's like, dude, like, trust me, like, as well as I do, 5 years from now, she'll probably be a full villain again.
That's starting to bug me too. I'm seeing a lot of comic books, DC specifically, where they're trying to redeem villains.
Yeah.
I mean, Harley Quinn, I kind of understood because she's a popular character. Catwoman always switches back and forth, but then they started doing Clayface, and I don't know, man.
But see, here's the thing: that's always been Clayface, though. And I think that what they're doing with Clayface lately has been really good because it makes sense based on what the character's been about. But I think you're right. Like, I do feel like there's other villains that they've been trying to, like, kind of play, like, play the fence with. And I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. Especially when it's like, if you introduce them as a full-on villain, like, you can do a redemption story arc, but, you just got to do it right. I think Marvel does it better than DC. Surprise, surprise.
maybe that's the thing. I mean, I kind of maybe I agree with you because my favorite villain redemption of all time is Superior Spider-Man. I talk about that all the time.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's the thing, like, Superior Spider-Man is a villain redemption done right, because this fool always feels like he's straddling the fence.
Like, even when he slides back to be Superior Octopus, he's still, like... Yeah, that's an amazing book.
Yeah, no, it's really good. And it's just one of those things where it's just like, the draw of the book is almost like the tension of, like, okay, so when is he going to fall off the wagon? And it's like, you get put in these situations where like it looks like he's about to go back, and it's like, oh, he turned back at the last minute. That's cool stuff. And especially, like, and they do it with just other characters. I mean, you look, Magneto and Juggernaut, like, those are two characters where it's like the idea that you could be like, Juggernaut was legitimately an X-Man for a short amount of time is an amazing story. And it wasn't for long, but it shouldn't have been for long, because he's the Juggernaut.
Bitch.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we should talk about some comic books. You want to talk about High Level, Mo?
Yeah. Let me put this hold down.
Oh, look, and I guess we should do some reviews music, huh? Which make that happen.
Comic book
review.
Comic book like
review.
Well, not like that, but like. Yeah. So High Level. This is the summary, official summary. Hundreds of years after the world ended and human society was rebuilt from scratch, a self-interested smuggler is forced to traverse a new continent of danger and mystery to deliver a child messiah to High Level, a mythical city at the top of the world from which no one has ever returned. Don't miss the start of a new series written by Rob Sheridan, co-creator of Nine Inch Nails' groundbreaking Year Zero alternate reality game. So that's the little synopsis they give you.
Wait, so this is like a marketing tool?
For what?
Oh no, the game's in the book.
No, the game happened a long time ago when the album came out.
Got it. Okay.
It's the same writer of the game that's writing this book.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah, that's just his credit.
I misheard.
Yeah. Look, you're sounding as dumb as me, man. That's not
Hey,
good.
look, I don't know what to tell you.
You're supposed to tell me I'm not dumb.
Oh, you're not dumb, Mo.
Thank you.
You smart like me.
Damn, you gonna take that?
Take what? um, but yeah, so this is a Vertigo book, DC Vertigo, and it finally feels like one. I've been reading Vertigo books for a while, and none of them feel like Vertigo books. This one feels like a fantasy. Then it tells you, but they show you like, okay, so it opens with a page that looks like Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, man, this is what this is. And then they show you the story of the main character, and it's like Mad Max. So they show you the mythical city that may or may not exist in the beginning, and I didn't even think about it till right now, because that the story I'm involved with the main character, I forget her name. Let me see here. She basically it just sucked me in that I didn't notice. I didn't like. Everybody's debating whether this city's real or not, and they show you it's real. um, the character's name is 13, and she's a smuggler. She does these missions, and she lives on this little outskirt area that where the government and the police and the military can't get you. But they at the end of the book they hire her to take this child messiah to high level, and yeah, it's you get you get to see a lot of what she does in this one issue, like in terms of dealing with the smuggling and all that, and the illicit gains and all that, and they even show you a little bit of what the world is like. It kind of reminds me of Fallout because they have like a cult of people that deny the flesh and become like mechanical people or cyborgs. So they had like cybernetic augmentations, but they're all like back alley jobs, so they look all fucked up. And I thought that was cool. And the art in
Are
it
they
is...
like?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. No,
I
you
would
go.
say are they like cybernetic like monks, or are they like just people that are like, oh, I just don't want to like deal with having an actual body?
They're not like monks. They're more like, we're gonna convert people to not need sins of the flesh. Yeah, and they kidnap you and force you to get augmented.
Oh, schmack! So they're
And
like cybernetic Jesuits.
yeah, they're like, it's like the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout.
Got it.
You know,
Got it.
and but yeah, but the design, especially for like their main like high priest guy, it's like he gave himself like 5 eyes, cybernetic ears, and he's got like a scroll saw for one arm, and then like a lobster claw thing for the feet and legs. Gave himself 4 legs. And then everybody, like, you see the people in the audience, and it's like this guy has a full beard, but then like his back hair from his neck is all mechanical, and another guy just has like a mechanical nose.
Wow.
So it's like, that's like, it's this, I guess it's what they call world building, where it's like they show you what it's like, and it kind of makes you want to see more of that, but you're just following this one person, so you may or may not get to see more of it. You know what I mean?
Got you.
And yeah, 13 gets captured by them, and they try to impose their views on her. And
who is 13?
The main character.
Oh, got you.
and she they had to throw in the token Me Too moment where she's getting like politely talked to at a bar, but then she beats up the guy.
Wait, why would she beat up the guy if she was being spoken to politely?
He says, the guy says, "Hey, what's your name, baby?" And then she says, "My name is 13. I'm not your baby, and you're way too close to me." Then he says, "Hey, lighten up. I'm just making conversation. How about a smile?" And then she cracks a bottle over his head.
Yeah, that's not polite. On both sides, she should not
Yeah,
crack on his head. But he was definitely being impertinent.
I
I,
think
you
this
know.
is an error in between the artist and writer because they don't show
Hmm.
him touching her, but after he gets the bottle cracked over his head, the bartender says, "You must be new here. Nobody touches 13." So they don't
Mm,
show you him touching her,
got it.
but you,
He was
I
supposed to
guess
touch
he
her.
was supposed to, and the guy didn't draw it right. So
Got it.
that took me out of it for a few minutes, but it's still enjoyable. The art itself is actually really good, and it has a weird like pastelly color palette. You see a lot of those blue, like when the sun sets and it looks like purple almost sometimes, a little pink.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has that as the main like color palette, so everything kind of goes with it. And I like that a lot. And
Yeah.
then when they show the place where people go before they get to higher level, I guess because what they do is they get to go and they have to work for that society and then they ascend to high level. So, but nobody ever knows anybody that actually went to high level. So they're like, well, you may or may not get to go anyway, but you're doing all this work. Like, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they show you a little bit of that. And then that color palette is a lot more cool, a lot colder, more metallic. And kind of mix in between the two as the story progresses. But yeah, and then she gets sent on this mission to take this kid that people either want to use as a weapon or to for peace on each side. So she's got to deliver it. But you don't really get a sense on which side the guy that's taking her to or that hires her to take the little girl to a high level, like what side he's on about it. Like you would think he's on the side for peace, but there's no like overt, you know, details about it. So we'll see how that goes.
Word. Word. Well, I'll tell you this. I definitely I'm
You
planning on
bought it,
reading
right?
it. I did.
Yeah.
Like I bought it just the cover kind of like spoke to me a little bit, and so I was like, well, let me go ahead and just pick this up and see what it's about because it's issue one, but I haven't read it yet. But based on what you just said, I'm like, man, like it sounds like it was a good purchase.
Yeah.
It's like
And
I trust my judgment.
oh, and I should mention that 13 has a triangle on her forehead.
Oh, okay. That's different.
What's the triangle do?
I have
Right.
no idea. All I know is I remember I was telling you guys that I see triangles everywhere.
Oh, you did say that. You did say
So, and when I saw the actual font for the cover for the title, all I saw was a triangle. But when you look at it, it's actually like a rectangle. But I saw a triangle. So when you mentioned the cover, I went back to look at it, and I know I saw a triangle here, but but I didn't. But, yeah, and there's triangles throughout the art too. Yeah, so it's a enjoyable read. I definitely want to read more of it. Uh, Yeah, I guess I give it 5 abducted children messiahs out of 5.
Like, is this an ongoing thing you think, or is it gonna be like a limited, like like do you feel as though they have like a finite number of issues in mind, or do you think
I
it's
think so.
ongoing?
I think I think this guy Rob Sheridan. I feel he let's see here. I feel that he's known for the Nine Inch Nails thing, and he probably has some other writing credits. I don't know what they are, but he probably met Molly Mayhan at some convention and pitched the idea, and it's probably something he wrote fucking 10 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then she probably said, "Well, if you could get an artist, we can work something out, and we'll get it up and running." So I'm sure it has a beginning and an end. That was probably his old screenplay, you know. It kind of reminds me of this movie with Vin Diesel back in the day. That it was supposed to be like a 4-hour movie, and then they brought it down to like 2. And it's very similar to this. I don't remember the name because it was a flop. Um, but it was a good movie, and it feels a lot like this. I wish somebody would tell me what the name
Uh,
is.
maybe in maybe in chat somebody recognizes it.
Damn it.
Don't worry, take your time, Mo. Take your time. Let it come to you.
I'm actually searching it, but I put Vin Diesel movie and
You got
it's Babylon AD is what it's called.
oh, I feel like I saw that.
Let's see what the synopsis is for Babylon AD. Let's see. In a post-apocalyptic wasteland, a battle-hardened mercenary lives by his own code and credo to kill or be killed. His latest assignment is to escort a young woman named Aurora and her guardian, sister Rebecca, from Kazakhstan to New York, facing danger at each turn.
Big Man was
Oh.
I'm sorry, Big Man was trying to help you out. He said Babylon 20 something.
Yeah, it was Babylon AD, but I think the original name was like Babylon 2099 or something.
Ah, there you go. Big Man was in the know. He knew the original title.
Let's see. Yeah. So that synopsis kind of resonates like the other one. But I enjoyed that movie, so I'm probably gonna enjoy this comic too. I like those post-apocalyptic, grounded things.
Word. Cool. Well, look, that's good stuff. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be a mini series, cause especially on like Vertigo or Image, like if you're gonna make something, you're better off doing a mini series than an ongoing, cause sales aren't doing good. Like especially for if DC has to knock down their titles count to 22, like something
they
that.
did. Okay.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say they didn't technically knock it down to 22. That was the rumor, but they did knock it down by like 10 or 15%. So it's like it's less than 52.
Yeah. So if they gotta get rid of titles, like getting something out like that, you're probably better off pitching a mini series or even a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
Word.
Cool. What's we should talk about damn it.
Mr. Miracle.
Mr. Miracle. Thank you, Jesus.
Hmm.
Thank you for helping me, Oz, because I was out here. I was like,
I love how he helped you, but not me.
dang, Oz, why do you hate Mexicans?
I was peeing when he was talking. I didn't realize he needed help.
Look, I don't know if that makes it better or worse. It feels worse.
Like, do you want me to talk to you when my cock's out?
Last week he did. This week, maybe not.
Do you see how quiet he got? That's a yes.
I'm still debating.
He's like, can I weigh my options?
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny, man.
Okay, before we talk about Mr. Miracle, I gotta give you a Mo deal.
Okay.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
More money, more money, more money, more money.
Dollar.
So, I just put it in chat. If you go to our Instagram at Fantastic Forum, you click a link. It'll take you to read Mr. Miracle #1 for free on the DC website. So yeah.
Very nice.
I saw
Yeah.
that and it was pissing me off a little bit.
Why?
It was the top thing on my Instagram on my phone, and every time I would go to Instagram, it looked like something else was happening. Like my phone just started doing stuff on its own because it's just a video of your phone, right?
Yeah, it's a screen video of me like clicking the link and
Yeah, so it just
reading.
kept tricking me, like stupid optical illusions.
It's weird. Anyway, yeah, Mr. Miracle #1. It's written by Tom King. The art by something Gerard. I forget his name.
I mean, I'm like, we can find out his first name real quick, can't we? Oz, find out his first name, like something.
He might be
bad
Ping.
for that. Look, Oz, put it away and find out his first name real quick. It's like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it was written by Tom King, and that by itself makes me like, oh, I would give that book a shot. But you know, obviously, we want to make sure we give the artist props too, because
Mitch Gerards, it's plural.
there it is. All the Gerards, Mitch Gerards too.
So yeah, he did the art, and it's cool because he does. It's like, you know, Mr. Miracle is a fourth world character, one of the new gods, and you know, you kind of have to conjure up a little bit of Kirby when you do those. You know what I mean? And at the beginning of the book, like, it's basically the origin of Mr. Miracle, and that's done in that older style. Then there's like the actual story, and that's done in just like this crazy style, kind of like a Riley Rossmo type art, where it's like kind of superimposed, and then there's also a surreal element to it.
That's a great contrast.
Yeah, and the surreal element is the Kirby stuff, but kind of corrupted a little bit.
Nice.
And that's kind of cool too. It's kind of like, kind of put it as Mr. Miracle being an old TV star from like the serial eras, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like the TV's fucking up, you know?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And in the middle of, all through it, it's like, there's the thread of dark side, you know? And yeah, eventually, you know, Orion's in it, who's like one of my favorites. So I like that. He beat Mr. Miracle up for no reason. And then
because Orion.
Yeah. And then as it turns out, Darkseid actually killed the High Father at the end of the book. And that's Mr. Miracle's new call to adventure.
Like trying to what? Become the High Father or avenge the High Father?
Well, it's
or
a
what?
full-on war going on. Basically, Orion took over the High Father's position,
Oh, got you. So
and
he's a general in the new army.
in the new army, and that's I was put a couple pages in chat.
Yeah, I don't know why I put my pants back on after I saw these pages.
I'm a sucker for that. Like, obviously it's a old kind of go to for comic book artists where they either try to emulate the older style, or sometimes it's the the colorists or whatever that try to make the pages look like older newsprint when they do origin stuff. But like, as many times as I've seen it, I always enjoy it. Like, because I just love seeing, I guess, I get nostalgia for that old kind of comic book style, even some of it that predates me buying comic books, but it's just cool,
Yeah.
And then it's also like, I mean, it's effective. It's like you have no question about whether this is taking place in the past or not, because they're showing you, like, literally showing you in a way that you understand, like in a language that is immediately clear that this is from before. And so that's always a cool thing. And just like, again, the contrast when that happens is always great. Like, I don't get enough of it.
Yeah, I should mention that it starts off with Mr. Miracle's suicide attempt.
Oh, geez. Okay. They go hard right from the jump, huh?
Well, no, it starts off with so I'm gonna see if I can upload these pictures real quick. So it starts off with this older little TV shot explaining the origin, and then out of nowhere, when you switch to another page, a couple pages later, it's the real opening page, which is going to be in chat right now. And it's just him in the bathroom next to the toilet with his wrist bleeding in his costume.
Always a good time.
Yeah. So it feels like 3 comics in one, because they show you him at the hospital. They show you him after, like in the recovery part. And then his mind is a little fractured from it too. So you get to deal with that in the third part. And then you get the original, like the origin part of it,
Like, does Mr. Miracle ever have good days? Like, well, I guess I feel like he has good days in the past, right?
Yeah, in the past,
but never in the present. It's like, which is weird, because it's like, it doesn't matter how far into the future you go, his present is always like messed up.
Which is what makes him cool, though, because otherwise he'd just be like a weird Kirby character that nobody can really like do anything new with,
I guess so. I just feel bad for him. I know he's not a real person, but I still feel bad.
Yeah. Well, look, that's wait till Grant Morrison writes it. Then he's gonna meet all his writers and talk shit to him, like, why are you putting me through all this?
There it is. Yeah.
I like that.
Man, like, that guy's always having a bad time.
I like that they actually make Big Barda big.
Yeah.
Like, there's a page where they're laying in bed, and he's like spooning her, like he's trying to be the big spoon, but he's so much tinier than her. I should post that in chat, because that's a cool image.
He's trying to be the big spoon. That's hilarious.
I really like the art in it, and the story is good too. So, again, I hate that it's a first issue, because it sucked me in and I want to read the next one. But yeah, I think it's another like 4 out of 5 slit wrists.
Sheesh. Yeah, she is definitely much bigger than him.
Like, she doesn't even notice that he's climbing her back.
Right, it's like he's like a backpack.
Heck singing a song in chat. Yeah, no, there's definitely cool art. I'm looking at some other pages. Like there's one where if you look at that one that I posted, it's kind of shades of blue. But then there's one where he's talking to somebody and that character is like in full blown color. But everything else around him is in those shades of blue.
Oh wow.
So there's
That sounds
definitely
interesting.
some choices
Oh.
being made.
Well, you know what sucks? So I retract my Mo deal.
Oh, what happened?
This shit is censored.
What do you mean?
How
Like
so?
no penis?
Like they like that page that Oz put, they show it,
Mhm.
but they don't. Like they show like just a panel from it, and then they black out other panels that say Dark Side is.
Oh, that's what Oz put in the chat, right?
Yeah, but the page, okay, so the page that he put in chat in the preview, they
Mhm.
only show like one panel from that, and then they show a bunch of other stuff with probably the same dialogue. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, this is a weird preview.
Wait, so only like I mean it's a 9 panel page. In
Yeah,
what you're looking at, do you only see 8 of those panels or do you see less?
you see like four.
Really? And the
Yeah,
rest of them say Dark Side is?
yeah.
Wow, because the one that Oz put in, only one of those panels says Dark Side is right in the middle.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get a press copy real quick.
But I wonder like which panels are the ones that are censored because it's not like there's a lot happening in these panels. Like,
Yeah, I guess it looks like she's moaning in it or something.
No,
oh,
she's not saying anything. She's asleep.
Yeah, but
she's probably snoring.
I'm just saying why they would possibly like choose to do that.
They're like, we promise he's not molesting her in her sleep.
And she's not liking it.
Well, I think this
That's
page is right
interesting.
after like they just boned in the page
Yeah.
before, right? Where she had him tied up.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't read the book.
Well, I posted that page too.
Oh, you posted a page
Yeah,
before where they were all tied up.
yeah. You probably have to scroll up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I
He's
do see
tied up,
that.
and the mask is hiding his dong,
Yeah.
which kind of goes to what I was saying, where it's all in that Shades of Blue, the 50 Shades of Blue page, except for his mask is his full bright color.
Oh, see, now this one I would understand why there would be more censorship. Not saying that I'm down for it. I'm just saying like I would understand because there are things happening in these panels because this is a 9 page or 9 panel page as well, where there are things happening in here where I'm like, okay, I can understand why they'd be like, well, we should censor that out. It'd be funny
Okay.
if it said Dark Side is right in the middle.
What happened is that I know what happened here.
What happened here, Mo?
Uh they they released a new trade today. So this is an older series. And it's got the one that the one that I read is the director's cut. The one that Oz is reading is the original single issue, but it is still different. So weird.
How long ago did it come out?
Like the first issue came out in 2017.
Oh, that's not that long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was a new book, so it's a trade. So I just lied on in chat because I thought it was a new
Yeah.
series.
Yeah. Well, because when I saw that, I'm like, you know, I did remember a series back then, and it's the same series. They just they released I guess the hardcover.
Okay, so this is a trade then.
Yeah.
And no, I thought you were doing like a whole new series. Makes sense because I think Tom King was doing something else that I hated or pissed me off. It makes sense because I think Tom King was also writing something else that I hated or pissed me off or something. But I don't remember what off the top of my head. I just know the name angers me for some reason.
He's a good writer.
Then why am I so angry?
I don't know, man. Tapping your inner white man.
Nah, it doesn't sound right.
It's weird because that page in all the press copies I'm looking at right now, that page you posted isn't in it.
Oh,
really?
Exclusive.
So weird. We gotta get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it turns out it's a 12 issue series. The hardcover came out today. I ineffectively reviewed the hardcover.
Wait, he's doing Heroes in Crisis?
Yeah.
I like that book. Why would I hate Tom King?
Hey, that's what I was literally just asking you.
You hated the Marvel book he did.
What's the Marvel book?
I don't know.
He did Vision.
I didn't read that. Why would I read that?
It was really good.
That doesn't even make any sense. No, it doesn't.
What doesn't?
Doesn't read good.
No, it really does. You would really enjoy it.
I don't think I'm not a Vision fan. I don't even like him in the movies.
You don't have to be a Vision fan.
I don't see it.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe I just don't have the vision.
Oh, boo. Should we transition to news? It feels like we should.
Yeah, this review was a bust.
It sounds like it's really messing with you too.
Yeah, I don't like it. Like, I'm trying to find out why is that page not in it? Because I read the dialogue in it. I looked at it. The art's good. The dialogue's good. Like, why don't I have it?
Like, I literally got that image just by typing in Mr. Miracle Tom King.
It might be a later issue then.
Okay, but then you said the other one's censored. Like, you get a couple of those panels, and then you're missing the other half.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have to buy the hardcover. Maybe I'll find a Mo deal when I'm looking for the hardcover.
No, I doubt it. We're going to do news?
Yeah.
Comic book news.
We should have a
comic book
like Kurt. Well, not like that, but like.
So they cast Superboy for Titans, and it pissed me off.
Why?
Because he's a skinny-looking dude from every image of him that I've been able to find. Where the last episode of Titans had like after the credits thing where they had Superboy, and it was a buff-looking dude like that. That was a grown man. The guy that they've cast looks like a little kid.
Wait, so they showed Superboy like it was an actor that you could see playing the character at the end of season 1?
Yeah.
And then cast somebody different at the beginning of season 2?
Yeah. Well, that's my assumption because the news just hit today that he's been cast. So it had to be like a stunt double or something for that scene, and and you
don't show his face. Or
no,
his
face is always in shadow. Not even like he's full on naked walking around because he's escaping from the lab. Like they just shadow his face and his dong, But that's a buff dude that did that. Like, dude could play Superman. The way he looked. And
you don't have any faith that the new guy might be able to bulk up?
not that quickly, man. Not, and I can't find any pictures of him like now. I guess I type in his name, Joshua Orpin, and it's all just pictures of his face. Really, I can't find anything. I don't want to type in his name shirtless or anything like that. But I don't. He's got the face for it. I just don't know if he has the bottom half. I don't know. I don't like it. Maybe, I mean, he probably could put on some muscle. I'm gonna post a picture of him from something he did that I don't really care about because it looks kind of chick flicky, preteen, blah 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 type of thing. And I'll post it. I'll post it eventually.
Blah blah blah.
It looks like some kind of tween rom-com thing. That's just me looking at this one image. I don't know what the hell it is, but you can kind of see that this dude looks way too skinny to be a Superboy, especially considering the Superboy that they showed us in that final episode.
I haven't seen the final episode, so I don't know how buff he is. But this guy looks like he could bulk up, and he has the right kind of face. He needs to dye his hair black instead of brown. But other than that, Heck says he'd make a good Flashpoint Superman.
The anorexic one.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Billy OK says there's no such thing as a good Superman, except the one who died for a while.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll post the picture of what he looked like in that short.
Titans.
Yeah.
Did you just call the Titans TV show a short?
I call this dong short.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that's better.
I had like 5 thoughts going in because how dare you? Okay, so I posted that. I mean, just physically, like, dude looks big compared to this skinny ass fuck.
I mean, he's definitely thicker. But
right,
I mean, it's not his arms. His arms aren't that huge. It's more his legs.
Hey, his chest too. I mean, this guy has some girth. That's all I'm saying. I just want some girth.
Is that all you want, Oz?
Heck says that's the Incredible Hulk.
I don't think that skinny little kid's gonna bulk up to this size in just a few months. It's not possible.
Nah.
Like, unless he's shooting up, it's not possible.
I mean, it's possible. I don't think he has the testosterone for it. You know?
I was like, "There's something wrong with your prostate too."
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's just it's genetics. Like, yeah, you can eat, like, if he eats 250 pounds of 250 grams of protein a day and works out 6 days a week, like, he'll put back on muscle, but he'll still only weigh like 200, because his frame can't hold it.
Yeah, and
I believe that this guy, given enough time, could put on as much muscle as he needed to
enough time, yeah, but they're already starting to shoot season 2, right?
I don't know.
I don't know when that starts, but
I mean, look at the old dude to play Captain Marvel. Like, he had time, and he still needed a padded suit.
No, I think that's a different thing. I feel like, yeah, yeah, like, I feel like he wanted to look a particular way, and he just couldn't do it.
I think I could accept this guy. Oh, well, just because there's a...
Wait, are you saying as a fitness, as a former fitness professional? or as
Exactly.
somebody that you know that told you that?
No, no, no. No one told me that.
Okay.
I'm just thinking that, I don't know if I would call myself a fitness professional, but
No,
I
former
just feel,
fitness professional.
yeah, yeah. But I just don't, yeah, I don't think like he was trying to take a shortcut.
All right.
I think if he was playing uh dickish leather jacket Superboy, I'd go for it because then he just has to get ripped, really. But
Yeah.
he's playing the Titans TV show Superboy, the black
Mhm.
T-shirt Superboy. That's what I'm getting because he has that tattoo on his shoulder.
Oh, oh. So we're talking about like Young Justice Superboy.
Yeah, and which fits along with where that show is trying to do, where they're not the teen Titans, they're young adult Titans.
Young Adult Titans.
Millennial Titans.
What is this thing that you put in the chat, Oz? Like, what are all these pictures?
That's well, there's a better image of what the dude that played Superboy, like how huge he is. Like the dude's a monster.
He looks like the
In,
Terminator.
in one of yeah, in
So
one of those
the dude on the right is from the show too.
yeah, yeah. That's just another see. That's another
Uh,
yeah. That's another
yeah, he
angle.
definitely looks bigger there.
And then there's that tattoo in one of the corners, and there's Crypto. Yay, Crypto!
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah,
I was like, who's that hellhound?
I thought it was Beast Boy being a hyena.
Beast Boy has been like a tiger, and that's it.
Oh, jeez, man. See, this is why I don't watch Titans.
He Crypto looks green because he's being kept under kryptonite to suppress his powers.
Listen, I don't know what's happening with all these characters. Angry ass Robin, or friggin' prostitute, Starfire.
Yeah, I that didn't sit well with me.
It didn't sit well with me that there was so many months where we were being told that we're completely wrong. Wait till the effects are done, and you'll see that it's way better than what that pre-production image that leaked was. And no, that's exactly what it was. Like the special effects happened for like 2 seconds, and actually were even worse because that's not how her powers worked.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll still watch it, but like I'm doing like how you did Umbrella Academy. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go watch it. and be like,
That's
okay.
that's another thing. At this point, you've watched more Umbrella Academy than Titans.
What's wrong
Look,
with that?
you watched more Gotham than Titans.
Well, there's more Gotham episodes.
No. I'm talking about Larry.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I've definitely watched more Gotham than but listen, I'm not exactly sure. Like, I feel like from what I saw from Gotham, it's like it went a wrong direction, but it had potential. Like, I don't even know if I felt that way about Titans. I don't know if I felt like, oh, it has potential. It was just like, this is all bad. It's all wrong.
yeah. And Gotham in this final season, it's like the plane was gonna hit a mountain, and the pilot woke up and started steering it away in the right direction, but doesn't realize there's another mountain over there that he's gonna hit anyway. Where like they start doing a couple of things. I don't even want to say right. I'm gonna say just better, and then they go ahead and trip over themselves and fuck something else up. You know, they start making this interesting Joker character, and then they bring up this Harley Quinn that's just god awful.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think those people know who these characters are.
They're like, that's not Harley Quinn, that's Poison Ivy. Is she still in that show?
Yeah, but they've recasted her again to make her an adult.
Oh, fun. See? So I don't mess with that show.
Heck, that wasn't Starfire a prostitute in New 52.
No,
And no, she was just a slut.
Damn.
not
What?
really a slut. She just like would you can't really slut shame her. She would
I'm
walk
not
around.
slut shaming her. I'm
she-
not saying it as a bad thing.
No, I'm saying people would like if anybody said anything about her sleeping around, she wouldn't care. Like you could. I mean, I'm sure somebody tried to slut shame her, but there's no way it would have any effect on her. She wouldn't care what people said. In fact, she thought less of humans because her walking around in something skimpy like a bikini, and guys are like, "Oh, well, you're showing a lot there." And she's like, "Oh, you humans, all
Yeah.
preoccupied."
She also couldn't tell who she was banging.
That's because we all look alike to her.
Yeah.
Ah, that pissed me off too. That's when they fucking.
I mean, there was a whole controversy with that. Too.
Yeah, because they tried to make Jason Todd a redhead, and not only stuck for a few issues really, because then people started confusing him with. It wasn't just her. I think other people saw the images and thought that was Roy.
Yeah, I like how you defended the redhead Jason Todd.
I thought it was interesting when they first brought it up. But it was pointless, and when they drew him with the red hair, he did look way too much like Roy Harper. I'm glad they got rid of it. Although right after that, they gave him 2 magical swords that he could pop out of nowhere, so that didn't help either.
Word.
I don't like Jason Todd with superpowers. Like he came to life. That's enough.
Black Panther won an Academy Award. That's new.
It happened.
Not
What
the,
did it get it for?
Yeah.
It got it for
like costumes.
costume. Yeah. What else?
I think
that was it. Huh?
It got no. I think it got another 1 or 2. I think, but I don't know what they're all for. The costuming was the one that I took notice of.
It wasn't the important one.
No.
Yeah, it didn't win like Best Picture.
Black Panther was a way better movie than the one that won that.
Green Book.
Yeah,
Did you see them both?
I saw parts of Green Book. I saw enough.
I don't know if you can't. You could be like, oh well, it definitely shouldn't have won if you didn't watch the whole movie.
The only Green Book I care about is the Fellowship of the Ring.
There's a Green Book in the Fellowship of the Ring.
It is the Green Book.
Oh, like the book itself is green? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's what they refer to it in Bilbo's archives, like his diaries. It's the green one. That's why when you buy the DVDs, each one is color coded. So
Oh,
Return of the King is red, Two Towers is blue, and Fellowship is
Got it.
green.
I did not know that.
Fake ass Tolkien fan.
No, I mean I think I'm as big of a Tolkien fan as I've purported.
Wait till a Tolkien movie comes out. Then he's gonna be an expert.
Who, me or Larry?
Larry,
Listen,
you know there's
I've
a
read
Tolkien movie
Silmarillion.
coming out, right?
What?
You know there's a Tolkien movie coming out, right?
No, I thought there was another TV
Aw.
show.
No,
What
there's a movie about Tolkien,
Yeah.
and it's got the dude that was Beast in.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that. So,
Real
but yeah,
fan- real fan would've
congratulations to
known.
Black Panther. Congratulations to Into the Spider-Verse. That was cool too.
Into the Spider-Verse was better than Green Book.
Into the Spider-Verse was better than any movie at the Oscars this year.
Look, you can't say that if you don't watch the movies.
I watched the movies.
You didn't watch all the movies that were at the Oscars.
Yeah, I did. Except Bow.
That was great. Oh, you watched like all the animated ones? Is that what you're saying?
No, I watched everything.
You watched every movie that got nominated for an Oscar. I don't believe you, Mo.
I watched The Shape of Water. I watched.
That was last year.
Oh, sorry. I watched last year's nominees.
So it's better
That's
than
fair.
last year's nominees.
That's fair. That's great, Mo.
Yeah, I don't think Into the Spider-Verse was better than Shape of Water.
Look, well, we're very fortunate it came out the year it did, or else it might have lost.
Shape of Water was great till you get to the end. Then it gets stupid.
No, the end was tight too.
Nah, the end was stupid. It was
Why?
the most cop out fucking thing. No. If I see it coming, it's a cop out. If I see it coming in minute whatever 2 of that fish dude showing up, it's a cop out.
Oh, there you go. It's a cop out. I don't know, the official from Oz.
Yeah, she should have just died, and then the fish dude like hold her and crying or some bullshit like that. Not that stupid thing they decided to
Well,
do.
look, if she would have died, I would have liked it better. But it was still a good movie all around.
I said it's a good movie.
The
till
way,
the end.
just the craftsmanship of filmmaking alone, like no matter what's going on the screen, just how it all came together, how they did everything, it was tight. And but if she would have died, we probably could have gotten a third movie where he destroys New York or something.
Wait, was there a second?
Well, it's an unofficial sequel to The Creature from the Black Lagoon. So, like, remember how the guy that brought him over says, "Oh, I fought with him in the jungles of Brazil," and that's what happens in The Creature from the Black Lagoon. He gets infatuated with a girl on the boat that they're on, and he tries to connect with her, and they perceive him as attacking, and then they fight him until they can kill him or tame him or whatever. I guess with this one they tamed him, and they bring him back to study at the U.S. So like when he talks about how he dealt with him in the Amazon, it's the events in Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah, but like I said, my ending is better.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I can see that.
So it looks like Will Smith is leaving the Suicide Squad franchise.
Oh,
Is he
No.
leaving, or did they just not ask him to come back?
No, they wanted him to come back. They were planning on building the sequel around him and Margot Robbie, and then doing like a whole new set of.
is
villains,
Margot Robbie
but-
coming back?
I heard she wasn't going to be part of it from the beginning.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's supposed to be a reboot, not a sequel.
It's a soft reboot, I thought.
Well, now it's hard as fuck.
Well, I mean, it could
No,
still
Will-
be considered
Margot Robbie.
it could still be considered a soft reboot if you just don't have another Deadshot or Harley. You could have a whole new set of Suicide Squatters, a whole new team, and it counts.
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess, do you have the same? What's her face? The black lady?
Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Or actually, no. She could even be recast and just you still have Amanda Waller, but it won't be the same actress, and it would still
No.
work.
Yeah. Anyway, he had scheduling conflicts, so it's not like he's
Yeah.
out completely. It's just more.
They
bad.
can't use
It's
them.
like-
Yeah, they
Yeah.
took too long to make it.
Yeah.
Hecht in chat says, "Fuck, is the Shape of Water part of the MonsterVerse?" If Universal had a brain, they probably would make that.
Is that still happening? Because I haven't heard anything about the monster.
No, it's not happening anymore.
Not at all. But isn't The Bride still coming out?
I don't know. It might still be coming out, but I think after Mummy tanked, they were kind of like,
I
we're not
just
gonna
saw the
make it.
Mummy the other week ago.
The
We're not
new
gonna
one with
make
the
it a shared
chick.
universe.
Ah,
Did
I
it,
like the Mummy.
did it? The new one with the girl?
Yeah, with Enchantress.
Did it tank? I thought it did. I thought it did well, but not what they expected. Or do you count that as tanking?
I think that's what it was, where they were like, it didn't make back the money that they spent.
Look, we need to see numbers.
Okay, yeah, look at the numbers.
Are you gonna make me look
It's
up
like-
the numbers?
Look at the numbers.
All right, I'll look it up. You guys,
Because I
I
like-
think it was. Yeah, I think it was expensive. That was like the issue. I mean, obviously it's expensive because Tom Cruise is in it, right? So that by itself makes it expensive.
what year did it come out? 2017?
2017.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Total lifetime domestic 80 million, foreign 329.
Oh, but it came out in August of 2017, which was the worst summer for movie season in over 10 years.
Yeah, it didn't. Opening
That's-
weekend, it hit number 2, so it didn't
Yeah.
even make 1.
Yeah.
That
So
was-
after that happened, they were like, "Well, let's rethink."
yeah, upon further investigation, I'm happy they're not continuing. Because it is Kurtzman and Orsi,
Yeah.
and I want
Yeah.
them to fail.
Yeah. Well,
Why do you want them to fail?
Because they suck. They
I
make
don't know that
shitty
they-
movies.
no, that's not true.
What else did they do that sucked?
The first Transformers?
All the Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were blaming Bay for that.
It's
They
them
still
too.
wrote it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're good too. That's the problem.
No, they're not good.
If they
too.
were, dude, they did Star Trek.
Yeah, but that was because, look, they're lucky J.J. Abrams was there.
They wrote it.
Yeah, but it could have, if Michael Bay would have directed it and they wrote it, it would have been another Transformers.
Did they do all 3?
No.
I think they only did the first 2.
Yeah.
Because they got progressively
Which are-
worse.
The first 2 are pretty good. The last one is not a bad movie. It just doesn't feel like Star Trek.
It doesn't feel like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek.
And then they ripped off like half of 2. Because that was just
Yeah.
Wrath of Khan. They just switched up the characters.
I mean, that's not ripping off. That's like,
It is. Or plagiarism.
It's Wrath of Khan in this new timeline.
right.
But it's still Wrath
And
of
then,
Khan.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, not just anyone could have done that. There are other people that would have tried.
I
and would
think
not
I think if I
necessarily-
could have done it, then I don't give him credit.
I'm just happy that Benedict Cumberbatch didn't have to wear that weird chest piece.
Did what's his face have a chest piece?
Ricardo Montalban?
Yeah, I thought he
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
was
it's a
showing
fake
up.
chest.
Yeah.
I gotta look this
Inside
up
the
now.
vest.
Yeah.
I thought that was his real chest.
No, he's not that built. Like, talk about, they got to do that for Superboy. That's old
hilarious.
school. Like, old school, they used to make people muscles and you would buy it,
Well, that's a damn good chest piece then. Although there,
No, it's
I-
not.
I'm
Like,
just
try
noticing-
watching it again.
oh, I see. I'm just looking at stills. Although I'm noticing now that there's no nipples. Like that just hit me. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, no, it's still a good movie. Like, it still holds up on that respect, but that chest piece doesn't hold up.
Oh, I found the nipple. I found the picture of the nip slip. I'm posting that one.
Hilarious.
You're violating the all games protocol.
I'll roll those dice. Derek isn't listening.
Also, too, Kurtzman and Orsi did Fringe.
Again, I never watched it, and I'm sure. Look, again, that's J.J. Abrams too.
He didn't. He just produced that.
Yeah, but he's in charge of like what they do.
So you're saying if J.J. Abrams
And
was in
Damon
charge,
Lindelof too.
okay.
So it's like it's more than just those two guys. If like if they
I'm
couldn't do something good with anybody else other than J.J. Abrams, then they're not that good.
Yeah, I
They're
don't know,
more
man.
bad than good, really. They just need the proper guidance.
They're more bad than good. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, don't get me wrong. I'm all for the idea that proper leadership brings the best out of people, but I don't think if you suck, you don't get with like somebody that can lead you well and just become amazing. Like Fringe is amazing.
Yeah, but it's not because of them.
I mean, they're literally the ones that created the story.
No, they're not. They're the ones that actually typed it up while Damon Lindelof and J.J. Abrams told them what to type.
Oh, okay. Look, I guess so. That's funny with the nip slip.
I had never watched Fringe.
You would love it. You should definitely look into that if you can. If there's some place that streams it, trust me, man, you would really enjoy it. It's a
I
great
have
show.
the DVDs.
Really? So
Yeah.
why haven't you watched them?
Because I don't like DVDs. They hurt my eyes. The quality's so lacking now.
Shut the hell. They don't. Do they even show up on your 4K TV?
Well, I use an older TV to watch them because I have my Xbox 360 hooked up. It's at work, so I have them at work. And when I first opened up, it was a lot slower, so I tried watching them, and man, this quality's terrible. So I just streamed Netflix. Let's see what else is in the news. Oz, you posted something about
I didn't really want to talk about that. I thought about it, and that's stupid.
what the Alexandra Ocasio Cortez.
Yeah, they're making a comic out of her.
Yeah,
Which I've been telling Lawrence they're trying to make her like the new face of the Democratic Party.
all I know from someone of a Mayan heritage, I don't trust anybody named Cortez. As far as the comic books goes, it's on Devil's Due Publishing, and Devil's Due, these guys are fucking swindlers. They sent us a press release for Black Friday sale. You get anything 50% off on their store, anything. I bought a book, and they said put your email address or mobile phone number, so we can send you the download link. I bought my book. You know, it's not like they have a bunch of awesome books there to like get. But I figure, it's a production cost. I'll get something and, I'll do the Mo deal for the sale they're having for Black Friday, and I'll do the review of the book, and I'll do them together. And then in the meantime, I'll get a book. Never got the book. So they have a little chat option on their website where you could speak to somebody about your difficulty with their purchasing process or whatever. And I typed in, and I got the chat equivalent of a voicemail saying, "Oh, just type in what you want and we'll get back to you." Type in your email and everything. Never got back. So they took my money, and now it's been 4 months, 5 months after. I still don't have my book.
Man.
So they took your money and redistributed it to other people.
Yeah, they use it to pay for her likeness. Meanwhile, I don't get how to self-publish your own comic from Devil's Due. I think it's Devil's Due. Let me check.
It is Devil's Due that's doing that
Yeah.
comic. I don't know.
I don't know if they're the one. I'm pretty sure there's the one that took my.
It sounds like they are. DC Comics liquidates Action Comics 1000 to retailers. I think that's a mo deal because the story I'm reading, this book was $10 when it came out, right? Because it's like a big
It hasn't come out yet.
Action Comics 1000. That's the
Yeah.
it did come out. That's the one with that's a Superman.
Yeah, we bought the white cover.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tripping. I was thinking about Detective. My
Right.
bad.
Well, that's what the story says is in time for the arrival of Detective Comics, Action Comics is being liquidated for less than their regular comic price, which is $3.99. I haven't seen it at the shop. It's not a huge surprise because that book came out 6-7 months ago, maybe more. And don't they eventually all go to the quarter bin?
Usually.
So I don't know. I haven't seen it at the comic book shop. I haven't looked for it, so I can't tell you what it's selling for there. I looked it up on Amazon real quick, and I'm seeing it for $3.09, which is 90 cents cheaper than the $3.99 regular book. And
wow.
I forget the page count on this. I don't know. Maybe you guys remember. I just remember it had more girth.
Had more girth.
I was hoping you remember the page count.
I don't remember. It was probably like an 80-page book, though, right?
It was definitely girthy.
You know what? I have it here. Give me a second.
Yeah. So
I think I'm seeing.
it-
I think I'm seeing the original thing for it here, April 18th, 2018. So yeah, that would put it at.
Yeah, it's an 80-page giant.
Yeah, April 18th, 2018. So that puts it at like 8 months, and the original price was $7.99. But I'm pretty sure it was brought up a little bit, especially because we got the white covers.
But the white covers are $7.99 too.
Yeah, but you know how shops are. They'll raise the price on you. Or they'll yell at you for trying to buy more than one at cover price. I'm still angry.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's why they're all closing down.
I hope they close down. I hate that place. There's the DC Comics Universe themed restaurant opening in London.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that
that's
means
interesting.
we're broadcasting from London.
It's replacing something called the Mash Steakhouse, which I'm assuming is a Mash themed restaurant. Oh, I mean, I know it. I could go either way on a Mash themed restaurant because, well, it's a steakhouse, but they called it Spaghetti Surgery. So it should be like an Italian place, right? You should be eating spaghetti and meatballs there.
Well, in MASH, they used to eat like whatever, like spaghetti and shit like that. It's like institutional food, so it's whatever you can make and store dry.
Let's see. I'm looking at the story now. The entrance will be similar to MASH, which they don't show pictures, so I don't. Like, if you've never been there, I don't know how you would know. But there's a hidden way into the main dining area. We're assuming that a piano might come in handy here. What? This is stupid. It's Art Deco. It's Art Deco, so they think that fits with the DC universe. I mean, I guess it would fit with the like animated series. There's a lounge bar called Pennyworth, and then they explain that that's Batman's butler for some reason. What the hell was this story written for?
Wait, so is it actually a themed DC bar, or is it like its own thing that has like DC-esque kind of elements to it?
I think somewhere in the middle. One dining room will be the Iceberg Lounge, and then they explain what the Iceberg Lounge is. This is written for
That's
like
a Penguin thing.
yeah, that's his club was the Iceberg Lounge, his
I
nightclub.
feel like he has a lot of clubs that have different names, right? Like there's not like
No, it's always the Iceberg Lounge.
it's always the Iceberg Lounge?
Well, you watch
Yeah.
Gotham, and in Gotham he had that one that he kept trying to take over. And I think he called it like the Umbrella Lounge at some point in the show. It's something
mean,
stupid.
What's it called in the animated series?
Iceberg Lounge.
It is?
Yeah.
And in the comic he has an Iceberg Lounge too?
Yeah. And in the Telltale series.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Well, maybe I just wasn't noticing. I know that he has a lot of clubs. I thought they were all different names, but I guess they're all the same name.
And there's a section devoted to Arkham Asylum, but they don't know anything about it. Then there's the dichotomy fine dining area where it's gonna be Two-Face based. I think this is all somebody put the plans in, so there's not a whole lot of detail. We'll update you as this story develops, as this is an ongoing thing. Tune in to Fantastic Forum for updates. Doom, doom, doom. DC ending Walmart exclusivity for 100-page giant comics.
Wait, where else are those gonna be?
Wait,
Target?
what? Sure. Yes.
Or are they just not gonna carry them at Walmart anymore?
I don't know, because when I was looking at the story, I thought it was just that Walmart canceled it, but then I read that headline in real time, and now I'm guessing it's
Well, I
going
heard
everywhere.
the line was doing really well for them. I thought they were expanding that Walmart line.
No, they're ending. What they're gonna do to replace it is do an annual with that stuff, and I think half of it's like new stuff and half reprinted old material that you can get at your local comic shops everywhere.
Right, but okay. Now I did know that they were doing like the half and half model where it's like half reprint, half new stories, but I thought they were making more heroes, like more like, because I think the ones they have now are like Superman and Batman, right? And so I thought they were expanding that, but maybe not.
Following rumors from the comic book industry, meaning that the line, which recently expanded to 6 titles, Flash, Swamp Thing, joining Superman, Batman, and newly retitled Titans and Wonder Woman, would be ending soon, Didio clarified that the inverse was true. And here's a quote from Didio. Successful and continuing. For those fans of the DC Giants at Walmart, we have to clear up some misinformation making the rounds. Just want to let you know these books are doing well. So well that we're looking to expand the number of original pages in each book and include distribution to direct market. Look for these new titles later this year. The promise is to keep it one of the best values and reading experience in the market. So I guess the story that I originally read was that it was being canceled, but it seems like it's actually being expanded and they're adding more original content. Because out of the 100-page giant, only about 12 pages were new and everything else was reprints. Yeah. So it looks like they're going to do a little bit more. I'm assuming they'll do the full 24 and make it like a first issue included in it. That's not really a reprint, something that came out that week, so that they could say it's original.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah. So that is what I had heard, and so the ending of the exclusivity is that they're sending it to the direct market, so comic shops will have it as well. So that's a good thing for them. That means that they feel like that format's working. Now, I will say, I don't think that that's necessarily going to be a big seller in comic shops.
I know it got me to go to Walmart, but I didn't find
Right.
it.
Oh, really?
I didn't find
Yeah.
it either. I found like coloring books.
Yeah, I didn't find the because I was looking around Halloween. They did a Swamp Thing one, and I think Greg Capullo drew it, and that's the one I wanted to get. And I went and I couldn't find it. Like I didn't. Now I don't know if it was there and I didn't see it. Like I just Walmart is a hectic place, and I never want to go in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
Like I hate it. Like I hate like I remember when I was gonna buy Spider-Man the game, I had to wait 20 minutes for somebody to like help me, and then they're like, "Okay, I'll be back," and then I waited another 10, and I never came back.
and then you see somebody and they're like, "Well, that's not my section," and they just keep walking.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know, man, fuck Walmart.
Yeah. Well,
I just went and overpaid for a used copy at GameStop.
yeah. Unfortunately, I go to Walmart every week, so tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's all you have there.
It's the cheapest here. We have
Like
we have
You
this
don't
place
have
called
Daiso?
No, we have a place called Hy-Vee, and it's like Walmart but a little bit more expensive because it's higher end name brands.
But it's still that kind of like megalomart type of place, right? Where everybody goes, like you get a ton of people.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no,
I
well,
hate that.
everybody goes to the Walmart.
Yeah,
So,
no, but any place that's like just like your one-stop shop for everything, you get a bunch of fucking assholes shopping there.
Yeah,
I hate going to those places.
It's really more the Hy-Vee is more annoying because they don't have those automatic checkouts, so you actually have to deal with the checkout person, and they're
Yeah.
always dumb.
I hate like having to like say excuse me to somebody's douchebag kid that they don't have the decency to put on a leash.